Episode 10, Survival Preparedness. Thanks for coming to see the trading post again. This is me, Fred Martin, and my buddy, Noodle, my little co-host. We're going to go ahead and dive into a couple things, a couple subjects on this one. I can't get too in-depth because I don't want to get a copyright issue because of certain books that I got here that I'm going off of. I'm going to show you some stuff that you can purchase for yourself, and if you're interested in it, and check it out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to dive into some books, and then I think at the end I'm going to go ahead and take out my go bag and show some of the stuff that I have for preparedness for the time being. I'm still building on it. So hang tight and get ready for the show. All right, everybody. All right, I'm going to start off with some reference material you can check out, which I'm actually using to present this intriguing and interesting concepts I'm going to present to you, and I insist on giving credit where it's due. Okay. First off, the book 100 Deadly Skills, the Survival Edition, written by a retired Navy SEAL named Clint Emerson. That's a good book. Secondly, the book The Great Outdoors, A User's Guide by Brendan Leonard. The next book is Spy Secrets That Can Save Your Life by Jason Hansen. I'm sure you've heard of him. Also, the book Ultimate Survival Medicine Guide by Joseph Alton. And Survival Sanctuary is the other book by Lee Andrews and Mark Johnson. That's a good book as well, too. I mean, they're all good books, don't get me wrong, but there's certain ones that kind of stick out that I'd like to, if you're interested, they'd probably really help you out. Excuse me. And The Lost Ways, which is written by numerous authors. I think the guy culminated the information, put it together, and he had authors to write that book. But The Lost Ways is absolutely, it's phenomenal. It's a really, really good book. Another one is Mountain Man Skills by Stephen Brennan. I think I got that one at like my local farm store, so you can probably get that there. There's like 4 other ones here I'm just going to touch up on. Ultimate Survival System by Stephen Bryant. That's another good one. Rat Fight by Paul Vunak, which I'm sure you've heard of him on YouTube or any of these places. He's a big-time commercial thing. Surviving Disaster by Jack Thomas. That's another good one. And The Second Amendment Bible by Caleb Lee. I'm sure you may have heard of that one as well. I really can't dive too much into that one. You're more likely probably going to have to get that and find out the information in that, because some of that stuff's a little touchy. I don't want to get my videos pulled. Anyway, okay, with the credit given to them, I have to say this episode's probably going to be longer due to the amount of information I'll try to convey to all of you. Hopefully it ain't going to be extremely long. Sorry, my contact's sticking there. But I'm going to try and touch up on what I see as the most important parts of each book listed, just to try and keep this episode at a reasonable length. Obviously, I can't go through all that stuff. Plus, like I said, I don't want to have no copyright issues, anything like that. I'm not trying to infringe on anything. I don't quite know how all this stuff works just yet, but I'm getting there. I'm learning. And hopefully you guys are going to be in that journey with me. As I'm learning, we'll all learn together. That's the goal of this. Not to mention, I'll show you each book so you can see each one, and you can actually see what the book looks like. You can even stop the video at whatever point and write the stuff down if you need to. All right. There is, like I said, I have a lot. There's a lot of books here. I don't expect you to remember everything. So if you have to stop the video at some point or whatever, check it out, write down the information if you're interested in any particular book or all of them. All right, so let's start with the Ultimate Medicine Guide. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through the index, what they kind of like the subjects they have in there, and you can kind of get a grasp on roughly what it's about. Okay. Now on the table of contents, we have number one, becoming a medical resource. Okay, that means you becoming a medical resource, learning how to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done. I'm sorry, that was number two. We'll just say that's number one. Number two, principles of medical preparedness, on how to prepare yourself. Number three will be hygiene and sanitation. That's a very important thing too. You gotta have hygiene, sanitation, or else things can be bad. The next one's infections. Teaches you about infections, how to treat them, stuff like that. The next one's environmental factors. Where they come into play, where they culminate with things. Injuries to soft tissues. That's another one. Chronic medical problems, how to treat those. Other important medical issues. And the last one is medications. So, this is a very important book. And honestly, in my mind, it's probably the most important. Not to downgrade any of the other ones, but you have to have some kind of a medical knowledge whatsoever if you're stuck in a, SHTF situation, if shit hits the fan. So this is the chapters of the book and roughly what they cover. I'll show examples of each chapter to show what important info this book has to share. I'm going to try and do that. I'm trying to cover it. There's a lot of books here, though. So let's start by saying the basic premise of emergency medicine in the field is, as far as emergency medicine in the field, is to, one, evaluate the injured and ill patient, right? Number two is to stabilize their condition. Number three, transport them to the nearest modern medical facility. That is your goal, if it's possible, depending on the circumstance, situation, and environmental situation you're in. A lot of that, there's variables with that. So, if it's possible, that's what you do. After reading this book, you will not be a physician, but you will learn, number one, to think about what to do when you become the end of the line in terms of your family's medical well-being. Number two, consider preventative medicine. Absolutely, that's important. Three, put together a medical kit for times of trouble. It'll teach you how to do that. Number four, think about how to improvise in an austere setting. So it covers that stuff. And I'm going to go down through this book here. This is still that book. Medical preparedness, okay? Such as wilderness medicine versus long-term survival medicine. Okay, what's wilderness medicine? I'm sure you're asking. Well, it is medical care where modern care is not readily available. This would involve medical care rendered during hikes, expeditions, maritime, in the sea, or sojourns in less developed countries. That's when that would probably be applicable. Okay? Depending on your situation you are in, you may have to adjust your strategy, of course. Like I said, there's variables you may have to adjust. Always remember, your main goal is to assist patients to get them to modern facility, of course. Unless, in worst case scenario, and no facilities are functioning, you need to become a medical resource. Okay? So then that's where that steps into that boundary. You go from possibly being a short-term medical solution to possibly, who knows, being a long-term medical solution for a person, depending on the situation, depending on the severity of the issue, of the problem, etc. But to become a medical resource, okay, it says, what responsibilities will you have in your situation? You have to ask yourself that. What responsibilities will you have? How severe is this patient? What do you have to do? What do you have to treat? Is it a fracture? Is it a broken bone? Is it a bacteria problem? Is it an infection? Is it something more severe? Depending on the level of the issue, that will require what steps you have to take. And like I said, that's the variables. What environment are you in? That's another one. What special needs will you have to care for? Is this person, do they have mental issues? Or do they have any other type of outliers that you have to adjust for, that you have to have knowledge of? That, how long do you expect to be the sole medical source? And that goes back to, as we said, are you going to be a short-term solution, or are you going to be a long-term solution, depending on not knowing how soon maybe the government and society gets back up? Is it like is it a long-term deal, or is it short-term? And the thing is, you're probably not going to know. So you're probably going to have to prep and get ready for something long-term, just as a worst-case scenario. That way you're prepared for anything. Well, let's just say, for the most part, you will be, right? There's always something we run into. There's always a variable. Different issues you may face, okay, as far as medical stuff. Trauma, sprains, strains, cuts, scrapes, fractures, burns. Those are all your trauma. Then you got your number 2 is infections. You might run into pneumonia, bronchitis, diarrhea, infected wounds, minor infections, urinary infections, pink eye, STDs, lice, ticks, mosquito bites, things of that sort. Those will fall under the infections category. Then you got allergic reactions. Minor example is like insect bites or stings. Major, such as anaphylactic shock. So it can range. There's a wide range for that. Number 4, another one is dental. That's a major thing, because you may have toothaches, broken or knocked out teeth, loss of fillings, loose crowns, anything like that you may have to tend to. You may have to find a solution for that. Number 5, women's issues, such as pregnancy, miscarriages, birth control, any female issues. That's another thing. So I know we covered a lot of ground here just in the few minutes that I've been recording here. But I hope, at the very least, maybe this video will make you think a little bit about trying to be prepared, because it gives you more confidence knowing that you have that level of preparedness. Whereas some people don't even know how to do CPR. A lot of people, actually, which is, it's sad, it's appalling, because that is a necessary and vital skill for anyone. And actually, everyone should know, because you never know when you might be thrust into a situation where you have to use something like that. So keep on your toes, people. Let your gears go. You know what I mean? Think about this stuff. This is very vital, very important information, very important things to learn. I know our everyday in and outs, the things that we do, we work our butts off for a little pay and things like that, whatever it is. It is what it is. But you need to make time for important things like that, especially if you have a family. You need to think about that. Because if you get thrust into a situation and then and you start stressing because you haven't even prepared for anything like that, it's not going to be good. It's going to put stress on you. It's going to put stress on your relationship. It's going to put stress on the family. Don't do that to yourself. Be prepared. Try to get yourself together, because it's better to be prepared. Because you might say, oh, well, I don't see that ever happening. Well, it may happen. It doesn't mean it will or it won't. But if you're prepared, guess what? You don't have to stress like thousands and millions of other families probably will. So keep that in the back of your mind. All right, I'm going to continue on. Sorry for my rambling. But I just like to get my take on some things out a little bit in these episodes, because I know I read a lot of information and I'm always looking down. I try to look at you guys so I'm not trying to be I don't know what you want to call it. Anyways, the next one is medical skills to learn. This is something else it'll teach you. How to take vital signs. That's very important. Like example, pulses, respiration rates, and blood pressure. How to do that. The next one, how to place wraps and bandages on injuries. Sorry about that. How to clean and monitor an open wound, because that's going to happen. You're going to run into things like that. How to treat varying degrees of burns, because there's different degrees of burns. You have to treat them accordingly. How to use various drugs or herbal remedies. How to perform a normal delivery of a baby. How to splint, pad, and wrap a strain and dislocation or fractures. How to identify bacterial infectious diseases. Example, strep throat. I got the daggone gnat flying around. How to identify viral infections or diseases. Example, influenza. Okay. How to identify parasitic and protozoal infectious diseases, etc. Geodesic, whatever that. I'd never heard of that, so I'm not a medical professional, but that's what it said. Geodesic. Different medical kits. It's going to show you different medical kits you can prepare and have ready. An IFAC or personal carry kit. Another one is a family kit for the family. Another one is a community kit or supply list. Now that goes into what role you play as a medical person. You may see yourself as the community medical person. So if that's the case, then this would be something that you have to look at and look into. But we never expect to be put in that situation or thrust into it, So, and then there's, prescription medications to prepare for and put in your kids. It's nice to learn about natural remedies, learn about, you also have to learn about patient transportation, how to transport a patient, how to make a shirt stretcher or a blanket pull or a pack strap carry, and how to do that. Okay? Important, vital skills, information that needs to be known. And that's why I'm bringing this to you, because I want anyone that I can reach with these videos, I want them to know this. I want them to be able to be prepared. Nobody should be unprepared. There's no reason for that. None. Okay. I think we touched up enough on some info on this book. I'll physically show you the books at the end of the video for your reference. Okay, so I'm not going to show them until the end. I'll go through each one, show you each book, what it looks like, kind of give you a close-up of it. So, that way you'll have a reference for it. And as I said, I highly recommend investing in getting one. Some or all of these books. I've already said that. Okay. They're interesting. I'm sure there's other ones out there that I'm not aware of. And if you have any references that you'd like to shoot my way, by all means, send them in the comments. I'll be glad to read them. And I'll be happy to know that you're watching and you're paying attention. Okay? Okay, let's go to the next book. The next book is 100 Deadly Skills. Okay? And this is the one written by the ex-Navy SEAL. It's very good. It's a very good book. It covers, okay, as far as the index says, it covers personal preparedness, navigation, survival in the wild, defending your domain, securing public spaces, neutralizing public safety threats, disaster survival, signaling for help, emergency medicine, and that's pretty much the chapters you got on that one, from what I see on here. For situational awareness, become crisis proof by adapting your way you dress, the tools that you carry, and the mindset used to increase survivability in a crisis. Okay? Excuse me. Example. What that means is, okay, you can have a jacket with a hidden pocket or something like that, and you can have some kind of survival thing in it. All right? A concealed carry, stuff like that could help protect you if and that way you're prepared, you're ready at any given time. I'm not saying we all got to be nuts and think the world's going to blow up tomorrow, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to encourage that kind of thought or to scare you. I'm just trying to prepare you. That is my point. Okay? We can't all be 100% prepared, but we can do the best we can, right? Okay? So, and another thing is, like, notice your surroundings and those in it, the people that's in it. You might be able to, you'll be more aware of what's going on around you. And you won't have a situation where you're caught off guard and you might be a victim. You may be able to prevent that. Yeah, you can prevent that by your situational awareness. Period. You let your guard down, you're not paying attention to what's going on around you. You're sitting here doing this on your phone or whatever. It's a distraction, especially in a crowded area, things like that, where anything can go awry. Even out in the wilderness, out by yourself, it could happen anywhere. There's no specific point of time or place that's, there may be one that's more susceptible, or statistics show this or that. I haven't looked into that, and I'm not going to right now. I'm just trying to show you these books and what they can do. Okay? But if you'd like me to do something like that, yeah, I will be glad to do it. I'm just not doing it on this episode. Okay, build your own EDC kit. Everyday carry kit. Okay? That's what that stands for. For example, have your GPS in there, or your keys with a whistle in case, like a rape whistle or something on them. Those are small examples. It'll train you to survive. Prepare a vehicle go bag, so you can have a go bag for the vehicle, a personal go bag for yourself, and like the other one, a family go bag, all that stuff. There's certain stuff, so you can prepare a vehicle go bag with navigation. So for navigation, you can go into environmental navigation. Example. So environmental navigation has to do with the time of day, like say shadows, which way they're leaning on trees and stuff like that, so you can help figure out your way. Which direction is which. If the shadow's leaning on this, whatever area you're in, and that the sun rises in the east, sets in the west, blah, blah, blah. Well, where I'm at it is. I don't think it changes anywhere else, but I could be wrong. I'm just a dumb hillbilly, y'all. Okay? But like let's say indicators, like a side of a tree that has most branches. Okay, that's an indicator as well, because you'll have, no matter what, you'll have one side of the tree will have more branches than the other. One side of the tree may have all the moss on it where the other side don't. Those are other indicators. Those are small indicators that will help you, and that'll help you navigate because you'll know that what direction. Like I said, I would really suggest looking into these books. They're very, very interesting. They teach you a lot. They teach you a lot. You can go as far as the navigation goes. You can go into solar navigation. Example, just like use the sun, like I said. But see, the one with the environmental one, that has to do with the wind, wind direction, all that stuff as well. So you can go by the wind, the shadows. You can also go by the sun. That's the solar navigation. Then you can go to celestial navigation. Okay, example, by using the stars, which people have done for centuries. Okay, magnetic navigation. Example, making a compass. You can make your own compass to find your way. Okay, if you learn these kind of interesting and important skills, something like that, how many people have been lost needlessly, could have been saved or not lost their lives because they didn't know these skills? It's pretty important. At least I put a high importance on it myself. Another thing that this book covers is like jungle and forest survival skills. Okay, different environments. So it covers a lot. I can't touch everything, but I'm touching the best that I can on each one of these, so you guys get a nice little feel for each book and what they have in them. Okay, the next book I'm going to go into is Spy Secrets That Can Save Your Life. Okay. In the index, it tells you got survival intelligence, situational awareness, your spy escape and evasion kit, how to become an escape artist in case you get kidnapped, etc., stuff like that. The impenetrable home, how to fortify your home from any possible thieves, attackers, robbers, whatever. Your travel safety as well. How to run counter surveillance, social engineering secrets, how to be a human lie detector, so you can detect bullshit pretty quick. How to disappear without a trace. That's another one that's in there. I'm not saying that you're going to need that, but hope to God nobody does need that. Then you got the art of survival driving. Protective driving in case you're in that scenario or situation, which we've all seen in the movies, the action movies. They do their thing. And the last one, defending yourself. That's pretty important. So yeah, there's a lot of those that's in there. I'm not going to go any further with that because, like I said, it kind of gives you the subjects in there. And we're going to move on to the next one because we're already almost at 30 minutes. And this is going to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Okay, so the next book is The Great Outdoors, A User's Guide. And it covers man versus wild, staying alive, in the mountains, in the water, in the backcountry, and on snow. So those are all different environments and how to survive in them. Okay, let's go to the next book. The next book is Survival Sanctuary. Okay, 25 quick and easy projects for off the grid that you can make yourself. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about doing one or two of those and having it on the video and showing you, but I don't know if that'll infringe on anything or whatever, but I'd like to do them because they're interesting. Number one, this covers is energy. Example, how to make a windmill, how to make a water wheel, etc. Number two, gardening. Example, a vertical outdoor farm made out of PVC pipe. Food storage and preservation. An example of that would be the solar dehydrator. How to build one. Number 4, amenities. Example, homemade AC. You can make your own homemade air conditioner. Hygiene. Example, water well, water catchment basins, stuff like that. Number 6, communications. Example of that is a foxhole POW radio, how to build your own radio if you're in a survival situation. Okay. Security. Example, how to build a crossbow, taser, etc., stuff like that. You can make your own, and it shows you. Okay. This is a quick rundown of what is in the book. If you would like, I will do an episode where I will build an example of one of these projects, such as the foxhole POW radio or the windmill. Those were the 2 I was thinking about. I don't know which one. I mean, honestly, I'd like to do them both personally. But I need you guys to comment and let me know. Which one do you prefer? Which one would you like me to try to do? Okay? Let me know and I'll do it. I have no problem with that. But otherwise, I'm going to continue on and try and do these things. I may fit one in just for my own good, personal hoo-ha. But, okay. Let's move on to the next book. We're getting a little longer on this one. I don't know if you guys are going to watch this whole thing. I know they get a little boring after a while. The last book, well, not the last one, but the last one I've written about right now. I'm going to improvise with these other ones because I forgot I had those. I didn't pay attention to that. The Lost Ways. This is a very, very important book. I would say of any of them, I would recommend getting The Lost Ways, The Ultimate Survival Medicine Guide, The 100 Deadly Skills, and The Mountain Man Skills. Well, they're all important. I'm going to be honest with you. Every one of them has something important in them. Some of them cover the same stuff, some of the same stuff, so it's repetitive. But there's each one of these have important points to them. Okay? This goes over, the index is going to say, how pioneers built a self-feeding fire. How to build a self-feeding fire. The survival food of the Civil War and how to make it. Lost pioneer recipes. How natives and pioneers made pemmican, which was a food that survived and it stayed good for a long time. It didn't really go bad. Medicine, fuel and illumination. How pioneers built smokehouses. How sailors preserved water in the 17th century, so you can learn how to preserve your own water if it comes to that. Filtering water supplies, rainwater harvesting, how ancestors made candles, so you can make your own candles. Hell, we can even maybe do an example of one of them on a video on one of that. What our ancestors were foraging for. It tells you kind of like what to forage for. Trapping in the winter. Tanning leather, how to make herbal poultice, root cellars, how to make those, storage ideas, cast iron cooking, firearms. Okay. So this, as far as I know, this has just been. I kind of covered these fairly quickly. I didn't really go into too much depth on them. Like I said, I'm just concerned. I don't want to overdo it. But let's go ahead and go. Now, I quickly went over the chapters, or at least some of the chapters, so you can get a rough idea as to what is in these books. Again, I highly recommend you get at least one of these books, or all if you choose. That is up to you. These books have so much valuable information in them. So I'm done about those books for now. I got to touch up on these other ones. And then I'm going to show you a glimpse into what I currently have in my personal go bag. And I must say, I'm still currently adding to it still. But as of current, these are the items I have at the ready in case of some serious situation arising on short notice. Just remember, we can always learn new things. Always keep your mind open to learn and soak up new knowledge. Because as they say, knowledge is power. as the saying goes, teach a man to fish, he will never go hungry. But if you do the fishing for him, he will not learn to survive on his own. That is a tried and true statement right there. I hope that this information helps you in some way, because as much that's going on in the world today, it's scary. Between natural disasters, wars, civil unrest, among others, other things make it very concerning. So just know this info was intended to help, so you can be prepared for as much as possible in case something should happen suddenly and without warning. So you will have confidence in the fact that you were prepared for as much as possible. Okay? I'm not going to go into closing yet because I want to show you these books. Okay? I gotta move some stuff out of the way here. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the books right now, and then I'm going to cover the last few that I didn't get to talk to you about. This is Mountain Man Skills by Stephen Brennan. Okay? It's got a lot of information in here, a lot of cool stuff. We'll maybe flip through some pages here. Kind of show you a couple little things here. Okay? It shows you how to build canoes and things of that sort. There's very interesting stuff in this. Very good book. This one here, Spy Secrets by Jason Hansen. Yeah, I'm trying to read it backwards because the lettering is not straight for me. Anyways, it's got a lot of stuff in here. I mean, it's a pretty thick book, as you can see. But it's a really good book. That's another good one. It has a lot in it. 100 Deadly Skills by the ex-Navy SEAL. This is a really, really good book. It shows you all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm trying to flip through it. It'll tell you how to survive stuff. And this is like how to for crisis concealed outfit, you know. But it's got a lot of cool stuff in here. I mean, it really does. It teaches you how to make snowshoes and stuff like that if you're in that kind of environment. Here's another good one, the Survival Medicine Guide. Awesome. This is amazing. Teaches you all kind of crazy stuff in here, like how to take care of this and that. Go bags. I'm sorry, I'm kind of flipping through them quick, but I'm trying not to make this too long, but I'm trying to show you some pictures or whatever. That one has mostly all writing in it. And then this is the Great Outdoors. This is waterproof. This is actually rubber, like a rubberized cover. It's waterproof. See, that first page is pretty cool, huh? Got the topographical thing on it. But yeah, you can go in here. It'll explain stuff to you. You know, let's see here. What's that say? It says, you know, how do I know if a hike or climb is beyond my skill level? And then it tells you what you have to do to you know, figure that out. It'll tell you how to help you. You know, how do I hang a bear bag? Okay, like a bear bag, like this right here. Okay, your food, your stash. You want to keep it secure so the daggone bear don't get it. Right. This is just some of the stuff that it covers in there. Okay. Here's the one with the projects in it. Survival Sanctuary. Okay. This one's really amazing. This is really cool. This is the one with the windmill and stuff like that in it. It teaches you how to make your own generator, your own solar panels, your own, all that stuff. It's really cool. And I'm going to do some of these projects. Like I said, you guys let me know what project you'd like me to do, and we'll go ahead and do the daggone thing. We'll get it done. This one here is the Lost Ways. This one has an awful lot of the old pioneer ways and how to do it. And you've probably seen the commercials with the old guy on it talking about it and stuff. He was the one that actually, like, I guess he put all this information together, and then he just had his, whoever wrote it in the writing form. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's really cool. He touches up on a lot of stuff with that. Also, this book right here is, this one's cool. Ultimate Survival System. Now, I do want to tell you one thing. If you have any takeaway on this video, learn this. This is one very important thing. It's called the Rule of Threes. There's 4 of them. Okay? 3 minutes, oxygen. If you are deprived of oxygen for up to 3 minutes, you face imminent death. Okay? So 3 minutes oxygen, 3 hours of shelter. If you are deprived of adequate shelter or other provision for warmth in cold conditions in as little as 3 hours, you will be hypothermic to the extent that it is life-threatening. 3 days for water. If you are deprived of drinking water for up to 3 days, you will be dehydrated to the extent that it is life-threatening. 3 weeks food. If you are deprived of food for up to 3 weeks, you will suffer starvation to the extent that it is life-threatening. Now, there may be little variables to this, but this is a damn good rule of thumb to go by. The rule of threes. If you have to pause the video, write this stuff down, this is very important. Probably one of the most important things to know, I would say, without a doubt. Okay, here's another book, the Second Amendment Bible. Okay, teaches you about your firearms rights, things like that, things that you can do, stuff like that. I don't want to get too into that one because I don't want. But if you want to get that one, get that one. Okay, that's one of the ones I'm kind of leery about. Surviving Disaster by Jack Thomas. Okay, it's another book. That's a good one too. It has. Let me see here. I don't know. I don't even know what it's saying on that one, but you might be able to see it, okay? It's all backwards, so I can't read it this way on the video. Then I got another one, Rat Fight. I know I have other ones, but I ain't digging them all out. Rat Fight. This is a good one, okay? Rapid Assault Tactics on how to defend yourself and protect your family. People like that. That's an amazing book. I'd recommend every one of them. Honestly, every one of them I recommend. Every one of those books. So that's about it for that. Well, that's it for that stuff. Let me go ahead and show you my go bag and what I have in it. I'm going to try and rush through that because that was a lot of books. Oh, man. Hold on. Let me pause this for a second. All right, you guys. Let's see what we got in this old bag here. Okay, you got a emergency radio, a hand crank radio. That's very important. Pull the hand crank out, you crank it up. Don't need batteries for it. At least you'll know what's going on with the weather. Stuff like that, okay? What else do we got here? I got me a 511. I don't know if you ever heard of 511, but they're an amazing store. They got a lot of tactical pants, things like that. But this belt from 511, it's like a nice, strong, durable material, okay? You can use that for anything. You can use this for a tourniquet. You can use it for a lot of different things. You know, you can use it as a garrote probably if you had to. If somebody was trying to jack with you, and you know, if you was trying to survive, you know, hey, you never know, right? You can use it for anything. You can use it to lash stuff together if you had to in a survival situation. That's why I'm carrying it. There's my my gun holster, with no gun in it, which. That's a different story. I got my acid controller pills because I take that. A flask, that way I can put water or whatever I need to in it. I don't know what the hell this is. This is one of these miniature multi-tools. Okay, fits in this little pouch. It's so small, it's about the size of a $50. Little sewing kit. I got my own sewing kit there. Okay. I got antiseptic cleansing spray. You can get that at Walmart, anywhere, really. For entertainment, I got my harmonica. You never know. Gives you something to do, right? There's just some kind of ninja star type thing. I don't know why I had that in there, but whatever. I just threw it in, I guess. Got my silverware, okay? Camping silverware. Y'all might want to look into that. That's very important to have. A solar charger, okay? Charges off of, you know, solar. Kind of self-explanatory. I got a UV light, which I don't know if I really need that, but I got that just in case. Hey, if you're in the desert, you can find scorpions pretty quick. My wrist rocket slingshot. I got plenty of bearings, ball bearings. You can kill rabbits, whatever you need to do if you have to survive off the grid. Here's my collapsible cup. Okay? Collapsible cup. I don't even know what is it. Oh, there's my bearings, my bearings for my slingshot. right? Little fire starter, okay? Little compact fire starter. And this is the bug bite thing, insect bite and sting suction tool. It's like a little vacuum. It'll suck whatever poison, whatever crap out of it. It'd also be good for snake bites too, if you probably have any. I got my topical itch stopping gel. Okay, you get that at Walmart. Neosporin, that's another good thing to have. So those, I got all that. Let's see here. Let's go into this. See what else we got here. My machete. Okay, it's nice to have one of them. You never know when you gotta cut something down, whatever. A hatchet, you know, stuff like that. It's good to have. I got these here. They're tumbleweeds. They're natural fire starters with fuel on them, so they light up a lot quicker. It'll help you with your fires. Another good survival tip: if you get lint out of your dryer, you put it in an empty pill bottle, and you can have that to survive. And another tip on top of that: if you put Vaseline on the lint, it'll help it burn faster and hotter. If you need it for whatever reason, you know, you would need that. Toothache medicine, okay? Toothache medicine, got that. Here's another thing, a personal water filter. Okay, I got that. What else we got here? Burn relief gel. That's important. You don't want to get sunburned, and you'll be suffering like a mother in there. I got emergency blankets. I got 2 of them. Okay, emergency blankets. Those are, you definitely got to have something like that. Vaseline is a good thing to have too. Have some Vaseline on hand. Okay, and then like a little traveling kit. Okay, shampoo, toothpaste, all that good stuff. Deodorant, shaving gel. That's good to have. You know, it's good to have as much as you can in this stuff. That one's empty. Okay. Now these side pockets, I know I got a lot of crap in here. I went and ordered this lighter. Okay, it's a plasma lighter. It's not your typical lighter. It doesn't. The daggone thing does not go out. Let me see. Where's that? Oh, there's. Hold on. Hitting the wrong button. See that? Yeah, that's good. And it plugs into a USB. So if you got a solar charger like this, you know, you can plug it right in. It's got the cord. I got the cord attached to it. So I would suggest investing in some of this stuff. It's really interesting. I also got walkie-talkies. You know, I got 2 of these. They're like 35-mile range. So that way, if you have anybody has to go somewhere or this or that, you know, basic hunting knives, stuff like that. You know, you just other flashlights, stuff like that. You know, it's nice to have this stuff. You got the emergency flashes, the SOS, and all that good stuff. It's very interesting to have all this stuff, and I don't know how I fit all this stuff in here, and I'm gonna have a hard time putting it back in probably. But anywho, let's go to the other side pocket because I'm not done yet. And this ain't even a sword. There's my sharpening knife for sharpening stone for your knife. You know, it's good. You got to have one of those. Here's another lighter I got. This one is actually, it's actually a torch. Okay. I'm trying not to burn myself. I'm trying to remember. Look at that. Okay. Got a torch. But not only is it a torch, it's got a bottle opener. It's got a USB port to charge it, and it's a flashlight as well. So, see? You can actually do like a laser pointer thing on it too, which I don't know why in the hell they got that, but whatever. Some stupid shit. But here's another flashlight. You can't have enough. You know, you honestly, you can't. This here's another fire starter, okay? And I can't remember where in the heck I got that. I think I got that. I might have got this in a Walmart. It's got a whistle on this end right here, okay? In this little, where these little screws are, you take that out and you got kindling in there. You got tinder, I should say. Tinder on. I got this survival knife here. You know, get yourself a nice little survival knife. Grab plenty of them. A compass. It's always good to have a compass. Don't even have to be the best quality as long as it works. And then I got 25 foot of paracord or 20 feet of paracord here. You can always cut that off. You can always use it for lashing stuff, whatever you need to do. Okay? It's very, very important to have this certain stuff. But you can make your own. You customize it to yourself and what you think your needs are going to be. That's honestly, that's pretty much it, you guys. I hope that some of this can help you out. And if not you, it may help someone else out. If somebody is interested in this kind of stuff and you think they might be interested, hey, send it to them. Let them check it out. Maybe they might say, hey, you know what? I'll check out them books, or I'll check out this or that. This is to try and benefit you, to benefit all of us. We all want to be prepared. So let's start thinking about preparing. Just to be on the safe side. It doesn't mean that anything's happening. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the world, blah, blah, blah. Okay? I'm just saying this because it's better off. Think of it this way. It's better to go somewhere and take an extra set of clothes rather than not do that, and then you get soaking wet, and guess what? It's not fun, is it? Or take an extra pair of shoes or something, or, whatever. I'm just saying. This is for education, entertainment, and informational use, this video, okay? So you guys do with it what you will. But I highly suggest you look into at least one of these books. We all start somewhere, okay? Think about you. Think about your family, okay? So look into this, okay? This is the Trading Post, episode 10, Survival Preparedness. And you guys have a good one, okay? Let me see here. I'm going to do my closing. In closing, I want to say thank you for watching this episode, and I hope you do look into these amazing books on survival to have on hand and help you prepare yourself and your family, like I was just saying. Okay. I hate reading from a script, from what I wrote down. I'd rather just be just talking, but it's hard to. I have a short term. My memory sucks sometimes, so it's hard to remember everything. Anyways, again, thank you for watching this. This is the Trading Post, and until the next time, be safe, be happy, be in love. Life is short. Live it to your fullest. Thank you for watching. Bye.